Okay, so this is a short information video about our double vibe drum. This one's our Stardust color, which is pretty cool. It's very sparkly. But before I get into talking about the different colors and all this stuff, let's look at the drums before they get painted. Let me set you someplace safe. This is actually a single vibe drum, but there's not a whole lot of difference. The single's just a little bit thinner and a little bit smaller in diameter, and of course the single doesn't have any notes on the backside. But basically this is what the drum looks like before it's painted, and as you can see, it's 100% zinc plated on the outside as well as on the inside as well, so it's completely protected. And this was just something that we came up with recently. The notes are in this hexagonal shape for a good reason, and that's so that you can see where the sweet spot is on each note. And it kind of drives your mind or draws your attention to the exact center of the note. The notes are spaced out, and this is kind of important because I've seen some products out there on the market where the person is just trying to fit as many notes as possible into the drum. But when you get the metal too close together between the notes, then when you play this one, it vibrates that one. So this one, we've spaced them out enough to where you can reach them with your fingers, but also so that when you play one note, it doesn't activate the note next to it because there's enough metal in between. So this is also an important thing to take into consideration when you're looking at these types of drums. So the steel is formed, and we cut it, and then we can tune it into several different scales. And with the unpainted drum, you have freedom. If you don't like our colors, you can kind of do your own thing and paint it any way you want to. So if you want it to be Barbie pink, go for it. So that's kind of cool. Okay, so now let's talk about the double drums. So the double drums, as you can see, they have notes on both sides of that. So you've got two different scales you can choose from. And the way we set these up is on one side you can choose from like 3 different lower scales, like a D minor, C major and D, or D major. And then on the higher side you can choose like an F minor, an F major, or an E minor, all in pentatonic scales. We can do some custom tuning as well. We can turn some of these into certain integral scales, pygmy scales, akibono scales, but that's all done by special request. So this is the color Stardust, and the paint on here, this is a powder coat, and it's a very exotic powder coat, and it's very difficult and complicated to put it on, because most powder coats, you just put the drum in, one coat, and it's done. But this one's a really involved process. You have to treat the metal, then we put on one coat, and then before the coat is finished, we bake it a little bit, and then we have to pull it out and do some more work with it, and we put a second coat of a different type of powder on it, and these two powders react with each other chemically, which gives this really cool effect. But also, you end up with 2 coats of powder instead of most products with just one. And also, you have to look at the hardness. So this is a very hard powder coat as well. So it's expensive, but it's worth it because the drum is beautiful. So this is kind of cool because you can play one side. This looks like the high side. You can play with mallets also.